Yo,
Hi, man.
hello.
How you doing?
It worked. I'm good. I'm good. Is
Good.
Komazinski here?
He'll be here eventually.
Got you.
He's
How's it, Jonah?
a little bit late.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. It's been a long time since we all kind of talked, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah.
happy to speak with you again.
Yeah, did
Right,
we
right.
see you over? I didn't even see you over break. That sucks.
Yeah, yeah. No, because my break was the week before everyone else's break.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. So wait, because my break was the week before them as well. So
Oh, right. Yeah, I think we had the same time. It's just we know.
Okay.
I thought you were doing college visits then.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I wasn't
right.
really home, so that's
Yeah.
you know.
Really
So
bad.
how are you doing?
Oh, I've been great. I've been great. Just a lot of studying, a lot of doing triathlon, and just generally having a good time, right?
Awesome. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
what's that?
it's been good. It's been good. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, no,
Generally.
we definitely have a lot of questions. A lot of questions.
Right, right.
Yeah,
I'm
Oh, yeah.
not sure how many I could answer because I am also just a freshman at triathlon, but we'll see. We'll see.
it's all well. Here's the thing. We're not the whole goal. I guess it's not about seeing like, hey, how much do you know about triathlon?
Right.
It's how does Minseob live his life? You know what I mean?
Oh, awesome.
Like it's kind of
Yeah.
and triathlon right now. It seems like it's a pretty big part of that. But we also got some questions
Right.
about school. We got questions about everything.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
First
I
question.
mean,
Mincy?
I think I can say a few things about how I live here, so we'll be good. We'll be good. Hey,
Awesome.
what's up, Andrew?
Mincy, I got an important question. So there's always a math section of these podcasts. So I want you to
Math
find the
section?
tangent. Yeah, I want you to find the tangent plane to the surface z equals 2x squared plus y squared at 113.
Now, I haven't taken math since Calc BC.
Okay, so we're ending the podcast.
I don't know
Sorry, this
anything
is
about surfaces.
Radio,
No, I'm just kidding.
was that your math homework?
Yeah, I have my math homework.
What math are you taking right now?
It's just multi.
Multi.
Oh wait,
What's
yeah.
multi?
No, I couldn't.
Multivariable.
You're what's your major? Engineer?
Yeah, I don't know. Biological probably, but
Nice, nice. Interesting. Yeah.
actually, speaking of majors, you want to talk about your major or anything? Because I know
Right.
Yeah,
So
let's dive into your school life. How's it been?
right. Right. So I'm currently a political science major with a minor in French. But I am planning maybe on dropping French, but it's going all right. However, more importantly, I'm planning on switching to international relations because I think we have a different school for international relations that's different to College of Arts and Science that I'm in right now. And I just think like currently I've started to find a passion towards like human development, towards grassroots activities. So it's interesting stuff. I think it's kind of coming together. Though I realize that because I'm thinking about changing schools technically, there's a lot of like prerequisites that I have to do and all of that. So that's currently how I'm doing my major. Interesting stuff though. Interesting stuff.
Do you see yourself kind of, I guess you said it was international relations?
Yes, international relations.
So I mean, what do you see yourself doing in that field?
So the idea is currently I want to do some exploration, right? Like I want to see the world, and
Okay.
especially like well, I'm kind of starting to get interested into the African continent.
Okay.
So especially like North Africa, we are studying for my human rights course. I'm currently studying Libya and like the Libyan civil wars and the situation of Libyan migrants, and that's kind of got me to study these countries, study North African countries, and kind of get a strong interest towards like everything Africa involved, everything with like international relations, how countries that are like the least developed nations, how they interact with each other, or like how they interact with the global community. And it's interesting stuff.
Okay. So, and I guess, I mean, do you find that, I guess, living in a city environment gives you, because you know you're in the middle of
Yeah,
the city, right?
right, right.
So does that kind of give you access to, I guess, lots of different cultures?
Yeah, yeah. And we have a very diverse, like, well, of course, every school likes to say that, right? But I honestly think the BU is very diverse. Like half of my friends are from like Lebanon, and they speak like 3 4 languages. Like it's very interesting. Like I have realized that at BU I'm much more connected to the world than I was like anywhere else that I lived. So just seeing these different people from these different backgrounds kind of opened my eyes to a lot of stuff.
Opening your eyes, meaning you just got to
Right,
experience new cultures, or
right, yeah. It's in like a simple term. It's just like I realized that there's these different cultures, and it's something new that I'm excited to learn. Right.
yeah, yeah. That it seems like you're sort of figuring out, I guess,
Slowly, slowly.
yes,
We'll
slowly but
see.
surely you're figuring out kind of what
Slowly but
you want
surely,
to do.
slowly but surely.
I mean, I
I
guess
feel
that's
like
kind of,
this is right up your alley, though.
Oh yeah,
That's like right up
certainly.
your alley. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
with like Model UN and like always
Right,
doing that
right.
stuff. You already do you still know like a little bit of Korean? Like, do you fully know it?
Yeah, I speak Korean with my parents when I call them from time to
Oh, so
time.
you oh I forgot that you do. Yeah,
Right,
I know
right.
that.
Yeah, and when I go
So
home, I speak Korean at home. So it's but
yeah,
writing and reading not very good.
yeah.
that's oh,
Damn.
interesting. Okay. Yeah,
Well, it's a
no,
whole new alphabet, right? So it's like
Like the Korean alphabet,
yeah. Korean. So would
like
you'd be writing
Kana.
it in alphabet? Yeah. Okay. So that's probably why reading and writing's harder. That makes sense.
Right, right. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of kind of like taking up new ideas, new opportunities, and I guess avenues of life, that's kind of what freshman year of college, you know, that's sort of what
Right.
that's about. So the one thing I am very curious, just personally, about is how triathlon has been going, and I guess sort of what pushed you to go there, because obviously you were a runner
Yeah.
before.
Well, on the simplest term, um, like I went to I wanted to try to do some triathlon stuff, right? It was like I want to bike a little more, swim a little more. I realized that like running wise, I haven't gotten ever injured in high school, but like I wasn't gonna risk it here. Especially because in my avenue, I wasn't really considering at all a like student athlete direction, like
Okay.
as in like an NCAA Division 1 type goal. So I started with that thought, but then I found out that triathlon might it was like a way to try new things while at the same time being able to do something that I know I enjoy, which is running.
Mhm.
So it kind of gave me an avenue to keep running, but also try new things while like doing the thing that I love. And at the end, like now that I'm doing more swimming, more biking, I realize that it's really a good mix of sports, and I'm starting to enjoy each part of it a lot more than I used to.
Yeah. So at the beginning, was it kind of like,
At the beginning, oh yeah, right, right. I haven't explained that. At the beginning, when I first swam, like I couldn't swim. I was like, I thought I could swim, right? And I go in the water and I'm like dead still, basically. Like compared to everyone else, everyone's just doing laps around me. And then I realized, okay, I have to get better at swim. And we swim twice a week, right? And like, which it isn't bad, but like it's just like, and then early in the morning, so I went to the swims, and like slowly I'm starting to get better, which is good. But like at first, like I was like for like a very long time, basically first semester I didn't feel any improvement, which was really
okay,
demotivating at first. But now I'm starting to get a little faster. So we're working on it. It's a work in progress.
especially with swimming, you know, that's kind of, you know, running, you can just run and you develop
Right.
aerobically, but swimming is kind of a skill, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a swim workout where I had like an easy day. Like it's just every day I'm just panting at the end of my sets.
yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
like
I just call it not drowning. That's
Not
pretty much what
drowning.
swimming is.
right.
Yeah, that's
I
all
mean,
you can do.
I know, I know a lot of people, you know, it's kind of, the water for some reason, not, well, I guess it's justified, but the water just gets them nervous, whether that's,
Right.
they just aren't confident with their swimming.
Yeah. So nowadays my coach has been teaching me to like go on the side, right? Like when I take a stroke, I want to be like on my side, and apparently that makes me more like hydrodynamic or something. But like I always feel myself like rolling all the time, and it just feels very unstable. Like running, like I'm facing forward, right? Like it's so simple. It's such a dumb analogy, but running, I'm facing forward, and like nothing's really moving except my legs and my arms, right?
Yeah.
My body isn't rotating really. Swimming, I'm rotating my body, right? So like it just feels like I'm gonna tip over or like roll to my side or something like that, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
like
been
yeah. Yeah, if you roll too much, it's gonna be like
I'll
a
get
lot
off
of
the
movement.
lane, right? Yeah.
And you can't really relax when you're swimming, it seems. Like there's no like scenic aspect like there is to biking or running.
Oh,
And
right. I
like,
haven't even thought of
it's
that.
less relaxing, it seems. I don't know. I don't have really a
Yeah.
lot of experience, but
Right. Like I haven't even thought of that. Yeah. Like it's like 100 meters, because the pool's a 25-meter pool. And like if we have like a 500 repeats, let's say, which I can barely do, but like that's like how many laps, right?
That'd
Like
be 20
500. So
or 25 if
that's
you count each lap is like a length.
right now 25. So like 50 is like 2 times. So 500 would be 20 times. So like 10 times 10 laps basically, right? You go there and back 10 times.
Yeah.
And 20 individual, like you touch the wall like 20 times. Yeah. So like it starts just getting like what you would expect to be a 5-minute workout, let's say on the track, could be like 3 laps, let's say. But then in your swimming pool, a 5-minute would be like 30 laps or like 10 laps or something crazy, right? So it just like you just do it over and over again. There's no, exactly as Andrew said, there's no scenic part to it. You're not really looking at anything, right, except the pool floor and not really else.
The band-aids down there and the
right?
the pool band-aids.
Yeah. There's always a pool band-aid.
I actually have some. So there are a lot of kids that show up from as swimmers. So for triathlon, the swimmers have a great advantage. Like if you're a swimmer and you get in to try, like you can train running and biking if you're a swimmer, because you already have that aerobic base and you're doing long distance anyways. So they have a great time. And my friend who's a swimmer, like it's really an advantage. Like they go super fast in the water and they adapt really quickly to running and biking. So I figured like if I do swimming too, like that might actually be a transferable skill aerobically to my other sports. So I think definitely swimming's a very, very powerful tool in that regard.
Yeah. And also, I mean, because if you can get the aerobic base from swimming, you can get the leg power from biking.
Right.
It's kind of like I would say all 3 of them work together to build upon.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But go ahead. But I was just going to say, like it's hard to kind of focus on, because like, for example, you run probably every day, right? Like 6 times a week. When you do that, like that's a lot of hours, right? Like when you do it every day, you don't really feel it. But like that's a lot of hours that like when you're doing other things, just the limitation on time just makes it like much harder to keep up at that level. Like at like the peak level for each sport. So it's a very, very difficult balance of time management, in my opinion. But right, like
Oh yeah, because I mean, you train pretty much every day, right?
Not necessarily. Like official practice, we only have like 4 days of practice a week. So Tuesdays and Thursdays we swim in the morning, and then in the evening we bike. Wednesday we run on the track, and then Friday we like run outside. But I usually do Friday by myself, and then the weekends I run by myself. So
most days of the week you're active.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if I can help it. If I can help it.
Do you have any races coming up?
I think races really start in June.
Okay.
Right. Which I'll be actually in BU for the summer session. because
Okay.
recently, because I'm changing majors, so I figured it's probably a good idea for me to, well, if I'm going to try changing majors, I'll probably need to do some prerequisites during the summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, so actually that will be great because it will give me an opportunity to do a race or two before next year. So I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, that's when it like starts up, like during the summer.
If by chance you can get home for August, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a race here, the Smith Point
Oh,
Triathlon.
that
Oh,
would
I
be
want to
sick.
do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
we could all
that
do
would be
that. That'd be
awesome.
great. I want to get a flash suit, like a flash morph suit or something, and do it.
Oh, actually, one sec. Let me bring this.
He's kicking a flash morph suit.
No, it's not. It's our uniform.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, okay.
So this is our
Fucking awesome.
uniform.
Oh,
It's like a full thing, full
that's
thing.
Oh,
awesome.
that's so sick.
Yeah, I know, right? It's called the. It was like 100 something bucks. It's the tri suit, and I guess I've never worn it,
Become like a super soldier.
unfortunately. But it's nice. It's nice. It's supposed to be worn for like the bikes, and it's even got the BU logo in the back, like
Nice.
and with all the fancy stuff, right? It says like Boston University Triathlon up here,
That's so
right?
cool.
So yeah, it's drip. It's some drip.
That's like the
Do you
real
wear that in your
deal.
swim?
No. So, well, what I heard is you wear that for bike and run, but like you keep that on the under, and then you just put like a wetsuit on top for the swim. You take the wetsuit off,
And you just rip it off, yeah.
go on to the bike. But I don't see a reason why, let's say you're not wearing a wetsuit, that it wouldn't work. But yeah, I think that's what it's supposed to be like. After you take the wetsuit off, you use that to bike and run.
I have I have worn one of those in the triathlon last year. I
Oh,
did
awesome.
I did just kind of swim in it,
Yeah.
but the water was also warmer because it was in
Oh
August.
yeah, right.
So like, if you're doing that in May, you probably do want a wetsuit. You know?
Right.
But what would you say is your strongest and weakest point in out of the three sports that make up the triathlon?
So probably right now my weakest is definitely swim, because
Okay.
but like I've heard that it takes at least like a year to kind of get used to that. And for my goal, like if I'm going to do like a race, I just want to keep like a steady pace during the swim, right? Be able to get to the finish for that. My strongest right now is still a run, because like I haven't really tested out my bike, because it was the winter most of the time.
Okay.
So like the speed at which I bike, like my abilities for that. But I mean, run, like I've been staying strong with that. Have done a few have done one half marathon, like a 6 miler, but like nothing too competitive like in track. But like if I did it in a race, I would probably be fine.
So actually, can we talk about the half marathon?
Oh yeah, right.
What was that experience like? Because I know you did your times are pretty good.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like in the beginning, I actually have my medal from that on the ground right now, but this is the thing that I received.
Nice.
And actually it says that second 18 and under. But there are only like 6 people 18 and under. But
It's still sick.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But this was early on last semester. It was this Cambridge half marathon. And before that, I ran like a 10-miler the week of, and I did it at like a 7:30 to 7:40 pace. And I get to the race, I lined myself up with the 7:20 pacer. That was like the fastest guy. So I mean, not the fastest guy in the race, but the fastest pacer. And I run with him for like the first 3 miles. Then we get to like that was like first 2 to 3, I guess first 4 miles was like we went all the way to basically where the seaport is, which is like the ports in Boston.
Okay.
And then we went all the way back to Harvard, and we ran on like a field in Harvard. And at that point, I was still doing like 7:30, 7:20 or something. But I started seeing like the sights, and like I got super hyped because like we went like slightly outside of Boston, and I've never been there for like ever. And like the course ran like through Harvard. so I like kind of kicked the jets and went to like a 6:20 or something for like from like mile 5 to like mile 8 or something like that.
Got a
Right.
second wind.
So and then like the rest of the race, like from like mile 6 on, yeah, I think it was like from 6 or 7, maybe 8. I just kept like a 6:30 pace the whole time. The view was really good. Like I barely felt it being that bad. At the end, like when I got to like mile, because it's like 13.6 or something, right? When I got to mile 12 or yeah, close to the end, I felt a wall hit me because
okay.
that was like I was at like I think I finished like 120. No, I don't know, some sub 130 or something, but around like close to like an hour and like 15 minutes, I think I ran out of glycogen, right? Like I ran out of energy. Like I just
Okay.
felt something just bring me back.
Mhm.
So I just hammered down, finished the race, right? And it went right. It went all right. I had a solid race. Like it was super fun. Like I didn't really think of it as like super stressful like I would in high school. And yeah, generally a good time.
That's awesome. Yeah, no,
I forgot I'm doing one of those.
Oh really?
I
You
totally
didn't
forgot
have?
I'm doing one in May.
are you,
That
Oh,
just
awesome.
reminded me.
what
Yeah. I don't know. I was training my sister for it, and I totally forgot that I was running it with her. Uh, Yeah, she signed me up. Sorry,
when is that in
sorry to
May?
interrupt. I have no idea
What?
because I have finals in May, so
Okay.
hopefully I can still do it.
But anyway,
But I think it's in the city. Yeah.
okay. Mitzi, so
Just
your experience
Yeah,
hitting
keep
the
going.
wall.
Sorry.
hitting the wall.
Yeah, so how did you, I guess, did you kind of, I guess what I want to say is, did you let yourself fall or did you kind of try to
So
push past it? Because that's, I
at
know.
that point when I felt that, it was like the last final line, but it was really a weird experience. I never had this experience in any run before.
Mhm.
Like I went from like a 6:30, 6:40, and I was like running. I kept running. It was almost a finish, and I was like, oh, it's the finish. Let me push. And I looked on my watch, and the pace was like at a 7:10, 7:20. Like I dropped like almost a minute, like instantly, like that. And like for me at that point, I was still pushing it. Like I felt like I was at the same pace,
Yeah.
but that's when I realized that like something hit. Like it didn't feel so. Usually the way that like if I slowed down in let's say a race, it would be like I'd be in like great pain and I would let myself like not push myself. But at that point, like it was the weirdest thing because like I wasn't like, I mean, I had like a blister the size of like my thumb, but I mean that didn't really bother me at that point. Like I wasn't gonna stop myself, right? Like I didn't feel like I was like out of it, but
Mhm.
it's just like my body slowed down. Like it was the craziest experience. I don't know how that happened.
I think I know what you mean. It was kind of, it wasn't a sudden switch. It was more like
Yeah,
slowly you just started to like tighten up and like
yeah,
seem to be trained.
yeah.
You know
Like
what?
slowly, like I don't know. Like it just like something just like it felt like very disconnected from what I was thinking because I was thinking
Okay.
that I was almost at the end, that like this was the final stretch.
Yeah.
But then when I looked at my time, that's the only time that I realized. So just like I brought my arms up and I just like pushed through it because it was just a few steps, right? But like it definitely was a strange experience.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's something that you will study.
You know, I mean, I find that stuff fascinating. So
right.
I love hearing about it.
Right.
So I guess let's see.
So
Let's
for
look at
that,
this
Can I
question.
ask you a
Cool.
question?
I have a
I think it's good if I get like
What's that?
experience.
Can I ask you a question, Anthony?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, awesome. All right, switching roles. So like when you're studying PT, right? Like that's kind of the direction that you want to take. What like specific thing interests you right now, like about like the human body, about like physical training?
I would definitely say I'm not learning about it right now. I learned about it last
Mhm.
semester. And it was kind of, an introduction type thing, but it sparked an interest like nothing ever has. And
Mhm.
that was the main topic was exercise physiology, but I guess the more in-depth topic was VO2 max.
Oh,
We got 10 minutes left. Was
yeah.
VO2
Great.
max, and it
Yep.
was something called the Fick equation.
Oh, what's up?
So it's basically, I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it was it was basically the equation of VO2 max. I think it was like cardiac output times something else. I don't remember. But wait, let me see if I can look this up really quick. Okay, here we go. Okay, so okay. It was cardiac output times the oxygen content of your arterial blood minus the oxygen content of your venous blood.
Yeah, I'm gonna act like I know what that means. Yeah.
So it's basically a cardiac output is like the amount of blood that
Right.
you pump that pumps out of your heart. And I think that's per minute. I'm not an exercise physiologist yet, so it's okay. It's okay that I don't know it. But and then arterial blood minus venous blood. So I guess that would be arterial blood is oxygenated blood, venous blood is deoxygenated blood. But yeah, that equals your VO2. So yeah, it's really interesting because there's a lot of different factors that can lead up to your VO2 max.
Right.
And I mean, truthfully, I won't go too deep into it, mainly because I don't remember everything off the top of my head. But yeah, that was what I found incredibly interesting.
Yeah, that is like it's so, I feel like because you have that experience of being an athlete, like studying these things about, like, I don't know, it's like, this is a bad analogy, but like it's like how an archer might look at physics, or like how like someone, right, like an archer, like they probably know the concepts of physics, right? But like because they do archery, right? Because they know how things are supposed to fly, right?
Yeah.
But when an archer learns about physics, like that will probably interest him a lot, because like they see how what they're doing is actually very empirical, like it can, like it's very detailed, and you don't really know, you don't think about arterial blood while you're running, like maybe you do, well, because you have to study, but like generally, like you don't think about it while you're like trying to win a race, but like it's working in there, right? Like, and it's keeping you alive, I guess, right? So it's interesting stuff. I can see like how that's like super interesting for you, like.
Yeah. And I mean, no, that what you said, I mean, not just about me, but about anyone. If you're studying what I guess you could put it in simple terms is what you do,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And, you're gonna find it interesting. You're gonna want to do more, learn more about it.
And
what were you gonna say?
No, and also I feel like you'll understand it better. You know what I mean? Like because like there's a difference between just like being able to understand it and memorizing it, and also like understanding to the point where like how it happens because you've done it. You know what I mean? Like, right?
Yeah. I have two kind of off-topic questions
specifically, go for it.
Specifically for you. Okay.
Quick question time.
Okay. So the first one, okay, is does city life make training easier, harder, or no difference?
City training easier. It's harder to find hills. Boston's super flat, and it's easier in the case that even if it snows, like we had a blizzard a few weeks ago. I mean, before the break, like a huge snowstorm, like 2 feet of snow, but all the roads are shoveled like immediately, and even the trails, like the asphalt trails, are all shoveled. So you can train whenever you want, however you want. But generally speaking, it's not too different, just harder to find hills. Life-wise, there are certain conveniences, like you don't have to pay for $4.5 of gas per gallon, but like also other things, right? Like you can just go to the convenience store whenever you want. But also there's certain comforts that you don't have here, right? Like if driving a car is pretty comfortable, right? Things like that. So yeah, it's just different. That's it.
Okay. And how is that treating you specifically?
Oh, it's awesome. It's definitely the way that, like, right now at this age when everything I like it fast, like it's great. It definitely makes me feel like I'm doing something even if things are going very slow.
Good.
Right, yeah.
Glad to hear that.
Right,
Yeah.
right, because,
That's a good response.
right. Yeah.
Congrats on your
Yeah.
citizenship, Mincy, by the way.
Oh yeah, right. So basically,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
taking my oath. Oh, hey, what's up, Jonah? I'm taking my oath on April, like late April. But I took the like exam thing for my citizenship. Citizenship test went well. I passed with flying colors. I'm going to be naturalized in April 29th. All right,
Amazing.
perfect. I'll be back in New York for that time, so I'll say hi.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
I don't think anyone else will. So.
No, yeah, no, we won't, but you will. So.
Say hi to Anthony's mom.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure. Mincy, one thing I wanted to ask, and we were talking a little bit about it when you cut out, but you drink a lot of coffee, right?
Yeah, generally, but I drink Red Bull and tea more. But...
Okay. So, but all right, so you ingest caffeine. Okay, Como's gone now. This is all over the place. But okay, so you have
1
caffeine.
minute.
Okay.
Right.
We have like a minute left. Do you find that when you don't have caffeine, you can be as productive? Or like, do you find that it's
studying
important?
wise, probably not.
Would you
Like studying wise, but like I mean, maybe. Yeah. So basically, caffeine. Like I only drink coffee when. Yeah, actually, no. I feel like it's more habitual because like I started drinking coffee before I study, but like, and now like I do the same thing, but like I don't drink it at night that much unless if I'm doing an all-nighter, I'll get like energy drinks. I don't know. It's kind of so and so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
gonna end in like 15 seconds.
All right. 13 seconds.
Thank you for
for
coming
having me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for coming on, man.
Thanks for coming on, Minseob.
Good talking to you.
Yeah, for sure. It's good talking to you too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right.